I thought I was prank, I see it with my own eye for. Relationship any in hospital, nature party pro, don't you mean it pro? That the time we can hear, they can feel. That Emma Oma tell me, go say that combo con you know, can you say the one? That the time we can hear, they can feel. That Emma Oma tell me, go say that combo con you know, can you say the one? Don't you mean it pro?
Well, I would say good evening and a special welcome to Tubman University Radio and a pleasant welcome to the program Youth Talk. Onto this edition, of course, on today's edition, we play host to Maryland County Youth President. I mean, we're going to be talking wide range of issues right here. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this break as we, do our possible best to have Melvin. We are connected right here on our platform. And we say wherever you are, whatever you're doing, continue to listen to Phoenix FM as we bring to you more and more right here on our broadcast.
Yeah, na na na, yeah, na na na, yeah, na na na. Producer. It's all for PK Greyface, Bada Niswa, Abale Medi. Mambo Nuda Kenyani Rano Niswa, Mambo Powini, Kenyani Powini. Mambo Bianque, Kekweni Tigiri, Niswa, Abale Mi, Abale Medi. Mambo Bianque, Kekweni Tigiri, Niswa, Abale Mi, Abale Medi. Dio, Dio. Niswa abale mi dio. Dio Niswa dio. Dio abale mi dio. Abale mi di. Niswa abale mi dio. Abale mi di. Niswa dio When only bafe mo fe na yo pe mi ni play when me wear. Dio, Niswa dio. Father, you are in heaven, hallowed be thy holy name. I will praise you forever, I will bow down to your throne, no. I will look up to the hills, from whence my help come from. My help come from the Lord, who made the heaven and the earth. Abale me di, this one abale me dio. Abale me di, this one dio. We clown you ni bafe mo fe, na yo pe mi ni play when me wear. We clown you ni bafe mo fe, na yo pe mi ni play when me wear. Dio. akọkùnrin àfẹ́mi òdi ògo. Abalẹ̀ mi di, Jésù abalẹ̀ mi òdi o. Abalẹ̀ mi di, Jésù òdi ògo.
And indeed, that's it. We here, and bringing to you all we can. So we now have the president of Maryland County in the studio, and we're gonna be moving up to his subsequently having him up. And wherever you are, watching us, this is Tubman University Radio Phoenix, bringing to you programs of information, education, and entertainment. So, like I said, Today we play host to Melvin T. We are Maryland County Youth President, and of course we're gonna have a conversation with him, challenges faced with opportunities and a way forward as he go about his leadership. But we currently have him right here, and let's usher him in already. Welcome, Melvin.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, and of course it's an honor. It's an honor having you right here on our platform. We do appreciate you for coming up. So others are out there. Let me just bring out the objective of this entire discussion. We're going to discuss the reality facing young people in Maryland County, highlight opportunities, address pressing concerns, and inspire greater youth participation, definitely when it comes to development. And to that, we say good evening, Maryland. Good evening, our peace loving people of Harper, Maryland County. Good evening, Liberia. Just in case you're watching us via our Facebook page, we say good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon to you as per your location, wherever you're watching us from. We say welcome to another exciting edition of Youth Talk, your weekly platform that comes your way every Tuesday. And indeed, bring young people together to discuss real issues, share ideas, and find practical solutions to those challenges affecting our community. And indeed, I am your host, Victor D Quitee, and you're listening to Tubman University Radio. Tonight, we are honored. We are honored to welcome a young leader who has been entrusted with representing the interests of thousands of young people across Maryland County. Please allow me to welcome in and usher in the man Melvin T. Weah, who's already, shown on our Facebook page here. If you are watching us via Facebook, Melvin, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Quitty. Like I said, it's my
Okay.
pleasure to be here at your studio.
All right, now let's get to know who is Melvin. We do already know he's the president of Maryland, but let's just hear a bit about Melvin. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
All right, so the name is Melvin Weah, a son of Maryland County from Barabo, a resident of Plebo, a student at the William V. Tubman University.
Mm. So now let's talk a bit about your leadership and entering this leadership role. Tell us what inspired you to become evolved into youth leadership. What inspired you actually?
Thank you. So, like I say again, I'm very happy to be here And please, whenever I'm invited to discuss the issue of youth and Maryland County as a whole.
Mm.
So let's try to set up this system.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I was saying, the youth leadership of Maryland County is doing good. We have been trying our best in the midst of some challenges involved. We've been doing our best to make sure we deliver in the interest of the youth of Maryland County, and that we have been working so far. Thank you. The era of the youth leadership have been my faction. We served as Secretary General before we ascended to this position. So as a president, I always love to work in the youth community because I find pleasure to working for young people, advocating for young people for their well-being, and also advocating for the good of our community, Maryland County as a whole. So I'm always happy whenever I'm being called a youth leader in place.
Okay, that's awesome. Let's look at the current state of youth in Maryland County. Let's try to begin with a broad picture. How would you describe the current situation of young people within Maryland County?
So currently, as I speak to you, the status of young people in Maryland County as of now, we believe in dialoguing, engaging issue on a civil level to be able to find solutions to our problem. Instead of engaging issue on a robust level, we have been that leadership that will negotiate with authority, understanding the problems in our community, our different communities in Maryland County, and finding the mitigation to getting the problems solved.
Well, that's awesome, and let's hit on some other current, happenings within Maryland County. Of recent, you people were like, around. I don't want to say cited or somehow, but the current leadership within Maryland County, ranking from the current superintendent who just got inducted. I mean, could you tell us a bit about, what do you intend to gain, or probably what's your expectation as a youth president in coordinating with the current inducted superintendent?
Thank you. The youth as a whole in the county, we are partners in supporting what is good for our county.
Mm.
We work with communities, with the government to make sure the right thing is done in the county. And so, as a youth body, we've been working since we took over, working with county administration to make sure we strengthen governance, contribute to our county economics, to make sure Maryland County is on par with other counties in the Republic of Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
And so we work with the former superintendent, Honorable Heron B. Cole, for 2 years, and then we saw his leadership. I would not say the Honorable didn't do well. Nobody can do more than his or her best. So the Cole contributed his own idea to the growth and development of Maryland County. We want to appreciate him for that. But then we also was happy as young people when we heard of the government making the new decision in the case of Maryland County, especially ushering in Honorable Nathaniel Esto Jr. Our Nathaniel to have worked with the county as development superintendent under the administration of Nabese too. And then we saw his work. And so we thought in our mind, coming back as a superintendent, he would do well. So as young people, we thought to give him that support because we feel he cannot do that all by himself. And so that's what brought the impression to the young people. And from the day he was nominated to his confirmation, we are being involved. Because the common good that we all look for is the good of Maryland County.
Okay, so now let's look at what do you actually intend to receive when it comes to education and employment. Let's look at the current situation within the Republic of Liberia as it relates to jobs and that of everything. People are graduating and at the end of the day they have no opportunity. Are you saying this is an answer to your prayers, or what are you saying?
When the superintendent entered the county, I was part of the first coloring ceremony in Kalwe, the one held in Plibo, and also in Harper. I listened to him from that day. I also listened to him on yesterday during the induction ceremony. And I understand his agenda for the county is progressive. And I believe if we Marylanders give him our support, cooperate with him, there's going to be a big change. Definitely.
Okay, now let's focus you. You've been president for a couple of while now, and tell us what can you boast as president for the Marylanders youth?
One of what I can boast of is unity among the youth. All of my administration, you have not heard that the youth are going on a rampage for confusion among themselves. We are always with them, making sure that we resolute every conflict among them, that they can stay united as we all build our country together. We also supported academic activities in our country. We engage young people into agricultural activities. And so many things, Mr. Quitee, that I can't list right now. So we've been doing very well.
And so those so many things, will you mind just naming two or three, probably, those so many things apart from unity?
Thank you. So like I told you again, when we took over, we had our first meeting as leadership, and we thought to change the narrative of running the youth on a traditional basis as before. And so we decided to create a workplace diversity where all young people can have space to contribute their ideas. And so we brought in young people that is not part of the leadership, but to bring their own committees, different committees that they can contribute positively to the youth community of our countries. And so in the area of agriculture, we designated people who, as I speak to you now, are doing extremely well. If you get to Plibo, you will see the proceeds coming from their department. In the area of academics, we are organized several competitions, ranging from Plibo, Harper, and out of Kalwe. And so in the area of health and sanitation, the Maryland Youth Association, especially in the rural part of Maryland County, we are being involved with making sure our feeder roads are clean. We did that under our administration. Young people were also able to organize a concept where we train our leaders on how to lead. And so we've been doing all of these things under our leadership.
I mean, with all those, done or probably, in the making, people are really concerned, about having coordination between young people and you as a president. I mean, what's the secret behind all this coordination? How do you go about, uniting all of these people? You might letting out, the pig out of the bed. How do you go about coordinating everyone?
Thank you. So one of my strategies is to always agree with young people mindset. One of my psychologist teacher told me that humans are diversified. You don't expect somebody to reason like you, like you. So people will come up with different attitudes, but as a youth leader, you humble yourself in dealing with them, according to how they come or the engaged situation. So we are being very kind in making sure understanding their different problems and engaging them gradually to make sure they have the requisite solution to their problem.
And that is secretly working.
Yeah, it's actually working.
All right, now let's dive into this issue. It's been one of the talk about thing within the Republic of Liberia, and this government under President Joseph Yama Boyka is also facing such challenge as it relates to drug abuse, which mostly have happened among youth. What's your part as it relates to combating drug within the Republic of Liberia, mainly in Maryland County?
Thank you. So young people, we are being involved with the issue of bringing or reducing the issue of drugs in Maryland County. Currently, we have a task force among the youth to be able to support the stream of our security. Because currently in Maryland County, we have a very less security force to be able to combat the issue of drugs, because we realize that those drugs, media in Maryland County, is coming from the Africa area, cross the border, and they enter. So we have our young people along the borderlands, who are observing to see those things and relate them to the requisite authority that we can get them, arrested. So the young people also crafted a document which was submitted to our caucus on the issue of mitigating the issue of drugs in Maryland County. And that plan is composed of awareness, drugs awareness, and the construction of rehabilitation center for drug addicts, those who are affected from the issue of drugs. Because we feel we conduct awareness and educate young people on the harmful aspect of drugs, you remove them from them, what will become of them? So the area of the construction of drugs rehabilitation centers in Maryland County is very important. And so we recommended that to the caucus, and in recent time, we also recommended that to the Ministry of Youth and Sport. And we got a feedback. In a very soon possible time, the government is going to give that attention.
So now, apart from that, many youths have been misled by peer pressure. That's part, talking about, those awareness about drug. But one thing that really drive others to it is peer pressure. How is your team managing with peer pressure or educating them about, drug so far?
So it's something that I will tell you that it can be 100% eradicated, but we can engage them and it can be reduced. Engaging the young people through schools, through the communities, and in fact in the churches, to educate them on the harmful part of drugs and taking in drugs. And we believe when we can do that persistently and most often, we're going to get a very good result.
So that's great. What message do you have for young people involved in violence and that of crime as well?
Thank you. So my message to young people involved into violence and crime, we will advise them that this country is a country of law. And as such, we urge all young people to desist from every aspect of violence. Whenever you have a situation, you use the law to be able to find solution instead of violence. Because the law has its own way of getting to you whenever you use any means that is outside the law. And so we should always use the law to find solution to our individual problems.
Okay, that's wonderful. And of course, many talents have been lost due to that, and we hope that things work out speedily. Now, I mean, once you say youth, you move over to sports, talents, and creativity. So, what has been your contribution so far as it relates to that?
So the youth, the only thing we can do is to advocate
Hmm.
to make sure that these things happen, for we young people.
But don't you people have budget?
So the Maryland youth, we don't have a specific budget. We get support for county administration. We don't have a budget to support, our own internal activities. Yeah.
So, without those budgets, how do you go about, rendering or support, or what plans you think the youth council have to support talented young people within Maryland County?
That becomes our challenge.
Mhm.
So whenever we want to achieve or want to undertake any project in our own circle as a youth, we always love it, with people, the politician, or the company here, and other eminent citizens in Maryland County to be able to carry on a project. So we do not have a specific budget, annual budget to support our activities in Maryland County.
So, with the new day doctor superintendent, do you see it as a win-win for you in order of having something at least stipulated for the youth?
Definitely. So we held our first acquaintance and working session meeting with the superintendent. There are a lot of things that were discussed in that meeting, and I can show you that henceforth the youth will be able to have answers to all of, if not all, but most of our challenges we face with. Yeah, because this superintendent is prepared to work with young people.
Okay, that's beautiful. Normally our people will say if someone help you, to wash your back, you should be able to wash your stomach. Let's look at that sustainability so far. What, the youth of Maryland County, moving about to say, well, with this we can be able to help manage this project or do about, going this too. So what means of sustainability since you took over office have you had over the past time?
So thank you. Like I told you, we have all of those plans on document, but they are not being supported. So in our last meeting with the superintendent and other stakeholders of the counties, what we told them that the youth need a support. And the support, if it is given, it can be industrialized, so to support us in other projects that we have. And what is on our mind? The youth decided to purchase 2 chainsaws. That chainsaw will be used to process plank and a coal. So that will be sold on the market to be able to support youth activities in the county, instead of continuing to beg, ask people for support whenever we want to do our own internal thing.
So to present, it's of no avail because the support has not come.
Currently, we still don't achieve that yet because of support.
Okay, so well, folks, if you just join us, this is Tubman University Radio Phoenix on 102.7, and you're listening to Youth Talk program right here. And today we have the man Melvin T. Weah, who is the president of Maryland County Youth, and we're just talking, vast issues around youth within Maryland County. And to be a part right after this short break, we have our numbers announced, and you be a part. The youth president right here, all the question, all the things you've been saying in the back, probably we don't even have idea on them, but you there and you know about it. You can also call us and then you talk about them. You render the questions out. He's here, the man right here now. So all the things that been said in the back, it's here to have them answered so far. So we take a break, and then right after this break, we come back and have our numbers announced, and of course we'll be anticipating calls as we go about continuing the interview right here. I'm Victor D Quitee. Stay tuned. Okay, then welcome back from that short break. Once more, if you just joining us, this is Tubman University Radio Phoenix on 102.7, and you're listening to the program You've Talk. To be a part, all you need to do is to hit us up on our regular numbers 088019192 or probably 0770571010, 088019172 or 0770571010 to be a part right here. We're just talking, random issues around youth development and everything here with the president of Maryland County, that's Melvin T. Weir. So go about, anticipating your calls, and also in continuation, we rejoined the man Melvin Weir. So Melvin, you've been having, obstacles and challenges, and some you were able to solve and some up to present not. So how do you intend, to move the your leadership forward as it comes to that?
Yeah, so thank you. We don't have much. The only thing is we have to keep, burning our candle to make sure we look out there for the requisite support that we need as young people to get our activities running. And so we will apply every methodology necessary to make sure that we get that support that will be able to keep the leadership running. Because as young people, we have a responsibility. The interests of the youth of Maryland County lies within our hands. And so we are obligated to deliver the best services that is required of us. So the only thing is, if we are not getting successful, we have to keep trying. So we keep knocking the doors of everyone who cares to listen to the youth and our agenda, to give us their attention to make sure that what we have on the table is achieved. And so we keep fighting.
So now let's look at, if someone wanting to, give a helping hand right now and ask, which one of the project will you prioritize, despite having some that have failed so far, and yet, things in the making. What would you like them to prioritize?
So like I told you again, we need an equipment that will help us to sustain our own activities. We need 2 chainsaws.
That was a plan. So that's why you want them to prioritize.
We want is our priorities, because we feel when we are operating those equipment, it will help us to address some situation that we have ahead of county coming in to support the youth, which can be done annually. It's done once in a year. And so once we have that, we got a lot of things, on our desk that we need to respond to. We can get finance, we can get them done.
Okay, that's
Currently,
awesome.
we have a plan to conduct awareness and training among cyclists in Maryland County to be able to control the issue of accident. But that is a very huge budget, that we cannot currently afford. So we feel that to address to address this situation, we should have something doing as a youth instead of keep begging people. We also have a plan, next academic years to provide scholarship support for grade school students, the first 150 students under the Maryland Youth, and that is our plan. If you calculate that money is above 1,500 US, which is a very huge sum of money. And so how can we achieve this? We have to contribute ourselves as young people before other people help us. So our first priority right now is we need something that will help us to sustain our dream instead of keep asking people. Because we feel if you're asking somebody, you should already have something in your hand and the person can support you. But you have zero, it becomes difficult for somebody to come in. And we feel that's why we've been finding it difficult from our partners, which is our lawmakers and the concession companies around here, because they feel the youth are liability. We are not capable to handling our own issues. So they feel when to come and when not to come in. So if you ask me, we need something to keep sustaining ourselves.
Well, this is awesome. Now we moving closely to one of Liberia's most anticipated, football games, the tournament, which is the National Counter Sports Meet, and they have been raising concerns around in the public. Mostly the youth are the ones that are into that, and they are saying people are always from Morovia-based players are always being used, but we have district leagues and everything, right? And yet people are mostly taking from up there and coming down here. And I can say most often no results. And of recent, Marylanders have been downhearted when it comes to that. So, what has been your plans to link up with those in authorities regarding to that to have Marylanders youth benefiting from their own thing?
Thank you, Mr. Quitee. I was one of those present, that was impressed when the Minister of Youth and Sport visited the county and commented on the issue of sports, giving priorities to grassroots players, and leaving first division player out this time around to participating in the county meet, giving priorities to those, players way back, in the community, to be able to have experience on the national scene. So we as youth have already started engagement with young people in the area of sport. Last month was in Barabo, engaging the youth there into a practice section, which we stayed 3 days there. We got all of the players, the different teams in Barabo. We got them in Tuboken, and we have a practice session there that was sponsored by Honorable Austin B. Taylor. And when the superintendent came, it was one of those issues that we had on our agenda. And the superintendent also have a very, great plan for the area of sport. In that meeting, we were informed that in Barabo, the county administration will build a stadium. In Kalwe, it will also be built in Kaluken. Currently, there will be a district tournament. That tournament will begin from Barabo, and the youth are fully involved to make sure that we identify potential players from right in our county and take them to the county meet instead of always going to Morovia, bringing players, burying the talents of our own people that we have here. So to answer your question, we'll be involved as young people, make sure that we monitor all requisite, authorities involved with the issue of sport, the information from the Development Superintendent Office, the MSSC, the LFA, to make sure that our players on the ground, once they are trained, they be given the opportunity to prove their talent on the national scene.
Well, that has been like a tradition so far. And how can you really assure the youth of Maryland County that that gonna get settled?
So like I said, we'll be involved, and then our attention is going to be, placed on that.
So
Trust me,
why if your
anything,
attention
anything,
is not
anything future
really into
happen, we're going to arrest the situation.
mm.
Once it happen, and all of the plan, we're going to engage it, and the right thing is going to be done. I can assure you.
So which right thing are you talking about?
To making sure players on the ground is prioritized over foreign players.
So that's it. If you're watching us via Facebook, you can also make use of the comment section and make up your comment, or probably hit us up on our regular lines. Solomon Jute is also following the broadcast, and he say good evening to you, as in following from Barobo District, and thanks to you, the Masters President, as in states. Peter Pito Jr. is also following the broadcast via Facebook. So our lines are all open up 0801971 or 0770571010. We have limited time so far. By 7:55 we'll be drawing down the curtains right here on the program Youth Talk. And on today's edition, we have the president for the Maryland County Youth. That's Melvin Thee. We are right in studio and providing, some insights and updates, and probably as we go about talking random issues today. Probably next time we will have a specific topic, to come up with. But today is just random, as we let's say mostly in the introductory part of this program, reintroducing it to the public on a different level. And so kudos to you for listening, and to be a part once more, just hit us up on our regular lines 0801171 or 0770571010 to be a part right here on the Youth Talk program, Phoenix FM, Tubman University Radio. Now, Mr. President, we are driving, closely to one of Liberia's most anticipated holidays, our Independence Day. What is the plan of the youth to help commemorate this entire, festival?
Thank you. So initially, as a youth, we met and decided to have, a program bringing the young people together.
Mm.
Then we received a call from the superintendent office on the issue of the district league.
Mhm.
So that program, should have been held in Barrow, where young people will, have some tournament bringing, youth together, and then we have a indoor program to providing some conscious to young people on how we can all safeguard our own community. But then the superintendent told us that the district league will pick up from the 2010 and will run up to the 26th. And so young people decided to take our own program to August 24. And there will be a section where young people will come together and will celebrate the day.
So that's beautiful. Let's look at this current development within Maryland County. That we're hearing that young people, some other young people, are gathering themselves together to give Harper City a facelift ahead of the 26th celebration. Have you heard about that so far?
I've not heard about it, but it's a very good idea. This is something that we can support. We must appreciate them for that thought. Is necessary indeed. But from the angle of the Maryland youth, it is not to my attention.
Okay, so that's good. And to be a part right here on our program Youth Talk, all you need to do is to hit us up on our regular lines 088019172 or probably 0770571010. Or if you're watching us via Facebook, you can make use of the comment section and render your questions to Melvin T. Weir, who is the president of the Maryland Youth. And we take a break, and then right after a musical break, right after then we get back and we join Mervyn T. We are in continuation, and by 7:55 we draw out the curtains right here on the program Youth Talk. Kudos to you that watching and monitoring the radio as well. To have yourself a wonderful time. Continue to bring to you more and more right here on Phoenix FM, Tubman University Radio. Let's take a commercial break.
Whoa, yeah, yeah. I thought I was my leg get there, but she showed me there. Ooh. If I trust woman again, then let me lay on my elbow, play with my heart. Then she use me for 2 Like I put it, then I put it more. Can you say one in the mini? You say now we want. That the child work here they can feel. That Emma Oma tell me, was it that combo con you know? Can you say the one? That the child work here they can feel. That Emma Oma tell me, was it that combo con you know? Can you say the one? Oh, you mean it for you know you dream on mini that get through, I want you. If you need, I done it with you. Ekma wa, money. I losing myself. My child show me there. They love the air and I fear. I finish here for myself. My woman will be woman. If ask me about woman, I thought I was prank. I see it with my own eye. Relationship any in hospital. They check back the floor. Don't you mean it pro? That the child work here they can feel. That Emma Oma tell me. Go say that combo con you know. Can you say the one? That the child work here they can feel. That Emma Oma tell me. Go say that combo con you know. Can you say the one? You mean the pro? You know you dream on mini that get through, I want you. If you need, I done it with you. Oh, you mean it for you know you dream on mini.
So that's it. Welcome back from that short break, and we appreciate you for being there. A nice one from the man Breaking Slow, but that song it's called Pin. Pin, and he's been one of the great men, or probably youth coming up. Making sure that the vernacular, the global, is heard worldwide, and we do appreciate him for that. And now let's look at the a current condition, Mr. Weir, of the East Harbour Youth Center. I get you are the president for the you are the youth president for Maryland, right? And I think all other things regarding the youth are under your control. How is the youth benefiting from the East Harbour Youth Center?
East Harbour Youth Center is discussing the one in Jacksonville.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that center have been issued to us as a young people because the current condition of that building is very deplorable. There we should have the Maryland Youth Office and the Harbour Youth Office, Jacksonville, and even the Ministry of Youth and Sports. But right now, as I speak to you, the building is like wanting to collapse, leaking. Since that building was built, doing Barney when he was represented at that time, and there was no renovation since then. So that building is very deplorable. So it was one of the issues related to the Ministry of Youth and Sport for a proper renovation and then to equip the place. So fortunately for us, the ministry is giving that attention. In recent times, they sent a team of engineers who did assessment on that building, And the ministry gave us the assurance that the building will be renovated and even expanded, wherein the conference will be able to host more than 3,400 persons. And the Decatur Hub also will be built in that place. So all offices in that place will be equipped, and where young people will be able to get access to internet. And so before the end of this year, that project will be, conducted by the major events board.
So by the end of this year, we expect the kickstart of the project, or it will be completed.
It will be started and completed.
Wow, that's impressive. We have limited time so far in studio. Are there any other things we did not ask you like to come up with?
Thank you. So whenever we are given an invitation again to come, we have few issues that we would like to inform our people on, which is a pressing issue before the youth. That is a decision of CRC MOPP to converting from rubber to palm is an issue to us as a young people. The issue of Burkinabes entering Maryland County is also an issue to us. The issue of illegal mining in Maryland County is an issue also that is before us as young people. And so we love to dive into that one. We are invited again. They just that we didn't came for that. You gave us an invitation for specific issues. That's why we didn't dive into that. So we want to appreciate you for the time afforded us. And we want the station to always do this, to help and strengthen good governance in our county, and to make sure that our counties stay at peace. So before I leave, let me say this. The Maryland Youth Association is not against anyone. We respect people, in leadership. But again, if there is a change, the youth also is on an obligation to giving her support. So we don't have issues with the former superintendent, Honorable Cole. He's a very good friend of mine, and I respect him as my father. I also respect the role he played in Maryland County. The name remains in the archive of Maryland as former superintendent of this county, and we must respect that. So the youth, we don't have issues. People should not, see the youth as an anti-person, because we respect leadership. We also respect maturity. But we are under the obligation to give support to any administration that will lead Maryland County, because our vision as young people is to see Maryland County prosper. And so that's why you see the support coming to Honorable Tool. And we have been also doing that under the former superintendent administration. And so I want to register that before I leave your stadium. So before I go, also, I would like to appreciate the new county administration for the recognition of one of our youth leaders, who is the Secretary General, Mr. Emmanuel B. Dennis, for the new leadership role offered to him, and the commitment of the county administration to still doing more in the interest of the young people of Maryland County. We are impressed, and that's why we pledge our full support positively to uplift the county together. So we thank you for the invitation given to us, and they will always be available whenever you call upon us for us to discuss the issue of Maryland County. Before I also leave you, let me commend Honorable Anthony F. William. He has been one of those involved in the issue, along with the caucus member of the concession review. Today, I was reading the Facebook, and I saw the director at the National Bureau of Concession submitting a report on findings, from their recent monitoring and evaluation process conducted here. And that report will lead us to the concession review. So I'm very hopeful that in as soon as possible time, the issue of concession with CRC MOPP will be placed on the table for discussion, which is a very good step toward our county development. Because CRC MOPP are two big partners that are supposed to be a help to the county. And it is happening in the area of Nimba, in Cape Mount, Grand Bassa, and other counties in Maryland, and in Liberia. And so I want to say thank you to them that are being involved to make sure that this situation will be put to rest. Mr. Quitee, for the invitation once again.
Okay, so that's it. It was nice. It was nice having Melvin T. We are right here, and of course, next invitation will have to focus on how the youth intend to benefit from concession company within Maryland County, MOPP, CRC, and the rest within Maryland County, and some other issues affecting them, as he stated about the Burkinabe's eviction into Liberia or acceptance into Liberia. Somehow we're going to have that highlighted on another invitation. So we say many thanks to those who monitor the broadcast, and many thanks to those who followed us via Facebook, and many thanks to all of our contributors, our listeners around the world, around Liberia. My name is Victor D Quitee. Until next Tuesday, stay informed, stay inspired, and stay engaged. Good night, Maryland County. Good night, the Republic of Liberia, and wherever you are, we say good night from here in Liberia. Saying I want to those watching via Facebook as well. We say many thanks to you. So we will be having a repeat on Thursday, same time by 7 o'clock. So many thanks to you. Continue to as we bring to you programs of information, education, and entertainment right here on Phoenix FM. Bye bye from my end.
It's all for PK great face, bad and yiswa abale medi. Mambo nuda kenyone grano yiswa, mambo powini kenyone powini. Mambo piankwe ke kweni digere, yiswa abale medi. Mambo piankwe ke kweni digere, yiswa abale medi. Dio, yiswa abale medi. Dio, yeswa Dio, abale mi Dio, abale mi di, yeswa abale mi Dio.
Stay reckless.